this is something that I saw on Instagram, and you probably clicked on the thumbnail and you're like, what the hell am I looking at, Anthony? Like, why is Kawhi Leonard and Tobias Harris swapped in jerseys? So there was a mock trade from fadeawayworld.net. I want to give them a shout out and credit because this is their trade that they came up with. And the reason why I'm talking about this isn't the first time I've saw a Kawhi Leonard to the Detroit Pistons trade. This is like the third one in probably 3 weeks. Now, obviously, the Clippers, they're still winning basketball games. They're still competitive. If you guys follow the NBA, you know Kawhi hasn't played. He's been out. And I am going to put the full trade on the screen for you guys to see. So this is the trade. And we're going to react to it, you guys. So the trade with the Detroit Pistons would be sending Tobias back to the Los Angeles Clippers. Would just be absolutely diabolical if you're Detroit. Like, not once, but twice. Just wild. Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, and a 2030 first-round pick swap. Now, what I do want to say before we do get into this trade. This trade isn't legally possible until December 15th. Until Tobias Harris, as you guys know, he signed with a new team. You can't trade players that signed with new teams this past summer until December 15th. But this is the mock trade they had. Now, when I look at this trade, Kawhi Leonard, for what it's worth, when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the world. But that's been the problem with him ever since he's, been with the Clippers, is he hasn't always been available. But when he is available, really good basketball player, good two-way guy. I'd probably be out on it just because of the health reasons. And I know some of you probably are going to be watching right now and saying, like, kind of reminds me of a Blake Griffin trade where we kind of give up on our young core. And we're just going to kind of flush away an Isaiah Stewart and a Ron Holland and a future first-round pick 6 years out. I'd probably be out on it. I understand it. But I think the Detroit Pistons, I don't think this year is the year to make a win-now move like this. Now, I'll play devil's advocate for a second. You have to worry about ownership with this. And what I mean by that is, Tom Gore's maybe getting impatient. He's been rebuilding for 4 years. Actually rebuilding for 4 years. I know some people think the Pistons have been rebuilding for 15, but that was half-ass rebuilding. There was no long-term plan or commitment. Tom Gore's may get impatient. And let's say Kawhi Leonard is available. Like, the Clippers want to get off Kawhi Leonard and maybe start to rebuild. Maybe start to retool with James Harden and company. I could see Tom Gore's definitely be interested in a guy that is, won NBA championships, 2 with the Spurs and the Raptors, a guy that could mentor Anassar Thompson. Like, I could see him definitely being all in on a Kawhi Leonard, and he's locked up for the next couple of seasons. But me personally, I'd probably be out on a trade like this. I've just been seeing a lot of Kawhi to the Detroit Piston trades. Like, this comes from fadeawayworld.net. I saw Bleacher Report do one, and I think even Yardbarker did one as well with the Detroit Pistons. I don't know why, but something to definitely keep an eye on if you're a Piston fan. Who knows if the Clippers would trade Kawhi Leonard? You never really know in these situations. Like, none of us really knew that Blake Griffin was going to be a Piston. It just happened. Like, 1 minute we're just scrolling on our phones, next minute Blake Griffin to the Pistons. Like, it was just such a trade that was kept secret and until it wasn't. But definitely keep an eye on stuff like that. You never really know at the end of the day with the Detroit Pistons.